I'm Jay Deere. I've been on top of Utah's real estate market for over 10 years. I will show you things about this market that you never knew. Welcome to Real Estate Essentials. I'm Jay Deere. We rely on our houses and like to prepare them in case of disasters. We want to know if the electricity goes out that you'll still be able to heat your house and be able to cook. And one of the trends that have become increasingly more popular is wood-burning stoves. These are great in case of disasters, and with the new features they've added in, these are not the same stoves that your grandma used to have. We recently ran into our friends from Heritage Homes at the Utah State Fair, and they gave us the latest on what's going on wood-burning stoves.
Hi guys, Brandon Pearson here with Heritage Homes and Fireplaces. Heritage Homes and Fireplaces is a construction specialty business and also a fireplace, stove and hearth specialty business. We've been in construction now for about 10 years and specialize in everything from custom homes, new construction, basement finishes, remodels, additions, anything construction basically. With our fireplaces, we cover stoves and fireplaces both. For those of you who don't know, a stove is something that's freestanding, that's not necessarily built into a wall, and they come in pellet, wood, and gas are the most common types of stoves. And fireplace would be something traditional, you know, that you see a mantle over that's more built in, and those also come in wood, pellet, and gas. So we specialize in selling the product, but also installing it, servicing it, and helping people tear out old ones and redo and remodel their fireplaces and their look to their home. So the construction company has been good to go along with the fireplaces because a homeowner can come to us and basically a one-stop shop for them. If they have a fireplace that they also want to remodel their wall, we're able to come in and help get them the right heating appliance and product, but also at the same time give them good ideas about what we can do maybe with their mantle or with cabinets or just a remodel of the wall or whatever it may be, an addition on the home. And that's been great. I've been in construction, like I said, for over 10 years. The fireplace side of it, I took over about 4 years ago. It's been in the family, and I thought it would be a great merger with my construction business, and it's proved successful ever since. So today we're here at the State Fair. We've always had a trailer here at the State Fair for 15 years plus, and it's been great exposure for our business. One, we get a lot of recognition because we're here basically in the same spot every year. If you've been to the State Fair, you've seen the fireplaces. When it rains, you come and get warm, and we're always here to help you out with that. But also it's good because we can, some of the other indoor shows we do, we can't burn our wood stoves and our pellet stoves. So out here they let us fire them up and display, and it's good because we'll have people walking by us many times, not even paying attention to our booth, and feel the heat from 10-15 feet away and come in and inquire about, you know, what it is about our stoves that puts out so much heat and why they're so clean burning and efficient. So you know, it's good atmosphere, a lot of people, and we've enjoyed coming here. So we're here with our wood stoves. This one burning right here is made by Harmon. It's a TL200. And it's been a great stove for us. As you can see, we're burning cordwood in it right now. This stove right here is made to heat over 2,000 square feet in a home. So a lot of times we'll go into an existing basement or a big family room, and we'll install these, vent them, do everything the same day, and be out, and they can be using it that night to heat their home. A lot of homes are still coming to us that are new construction, and we'll go in and help them figure out the best location where to put a wood stove, where it's going to benefit them the most, one for the ambience and aesthetics of the room, but also for the heating value. So some of our larger stoves will heat over 3,000 square feet. and put out up to about 80,000 BTUs. This particular one I really like because of the easiness to load the wood in. A lot of stoves you have to open the front door and put the wood in. Sometimes stuff, you know, the ashes fall out or you'll burn yourself. With this, I'll demonstrate right here. You can just get your wood and open up the top here while it's burning. Drop your fuel in and away you go. You've put new wood in, and this stove has an adjustment on it with how much air is being applied to the combustion, so you can turn it down, and one load of wood right here can last, you know, anywhere from 5 to 12 hours. So new stoves, they're just a lot more efficient than the old stoves you're used to. You get longer burn times, cleaner burns, and so it's a win-win for everybody, for the environment, for your heating bill, and just the labor that it takes to operate a wood stove is a lot less than it used to be.
Moving is hard and no one likes to do it. It should be an adventure, and we here at Wasatch Moving Company make it one. We are that extra bit of help that everyone needs. Let us take the stress out of moving for you with our excellent and careful staff and our flat rate affordable pricing. Call Wasatch Moving Company today, the official movers of Real Estate Essentials with Jay Deere on ABC.
So Trent, we got this house under contract, and in the inspection process of it, the inspectors come through and we found some issues with this deck. And tell me what you see here.
Well, we see a lot of this actually. This deck is only about 6 or 7 years old, and it's supposed to last for upwards of around 50.
Wow.
It's beginning to fail already. If you look at it, it's just chipping off.
It's coming apart.
It is. It's coming apart. Obviously, we've had some water damage here. In addition to the water, because it's got direct sunlight all day long, you've got some expansion and contraction issues that will add to that. Mm-hmm. So you can really see how weak it is.
So it's already gone through and destroyed the wood underneath.
It's gone through, yeah, it's destroyed the wood underneath, and we're gonna have to look at that. Those might need to be replaced. Look at this rail, Jay.
Yeah, that's a serious safety issue.
It is. So the wood is rotted out. It's gotten really weak, and it's caused some big time integrity issues with this rail.
Yeah, and then the rail is obviously starting to get some flaky paint on it. And so, what do you got planned there? You gonna repaint this, or what are you gonna do?
No, we're gonna pull them out. It's not worth repainting. The amount of prep time it's gonna take to fix those isn't worth it. They've come up with another design idea with this, so we'll replace the rails. We're actually going to tie them into these posts themselves,
so they're more secure.
Exactly,
as well, which
increase the security.
That's a great
there.
idea.
So.
Well, this is great because we've negotiated to get this all figured in the deal, so the seller's going to pay for it, and it'll work out great for the buyer.
Yeah, it'll be great.
So Trent, another thing I always run across, and they've called it out on the inspection, is this flaky paint here. And obviously, because this is hitting that morning sun and just cooking this thing, is going to happen over and over and over again. Is there something we can do to fix this issue?
It is, you know, and you could apply an exterior grade paint, but you're still going to have the same issue. You're going to have to continue to scrape it and scrape it. So what we've done, we've had somebody come in, and they are bending metal to actually go over this.
Oh, really?
They'll contour this, and then it'll really clean it up, really look good.
So Trent, looks like the back deck's starting to do that same sort of thing.
It is, you know, and most likely it's caused from some expansion and contraction going on here. Obviously not as bad as the other deck, but it's the beginnings of it.
Yeah, right.
We want to catch this now before.
So you're going to do the same thing? Is that your plan here?
That's our plan, yep.
Yeah, just so, what is it, tile? Is that what you're going to put
on? Yep, we'll pull this up, replace it with some tile, which will really add to the integrity and structure of the deck. Keep it waterproof.
And work a lot more long term, I guess.
Exactly, long term. And we'll do the same thing with the rails. Replace the rails, get something a little more decorative, and get rid of the flaking issues we're having.
Okay, great. So Trent, how do things come out here?
You know what? They turned out really well, really well.
Good.
If you remember, we had a lot of water damage up here.
Yeah, some serious issues.
Serious issues. Yeah, really this floor was starting to disintegrate. And if you look what we did, we came in, wholesale flooring provided a really good looking tile. And in
So
order,
is all tile indoor, outdoor tile then?
for the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to hold up really well. It's a porcelain tile, so it's pre-glazed. It's going to stand up really well. We used a grout that's going to hold up really well to the elements as well.
Okay.
These pillars here, if you remember, we had a lot of disintegration going on, a lot of damage.
Yeah.
What we had to do is pull off some of this brick here, and we found that there had actually been quite a bit of rotting to the structure itself.
Yeah, there were issues.
There were, yes. Stock building supply really provided us with some lumber options, and we were able to take care of those issues in a way that prevented any future damage. With the tile, really this deck has become impenetrable to water.
Yeah, so we won't have this issue in the future,
We won't have
which is
these
great.
issues anymore, yeah.
Now, what did you guys do about all that wood below? Because there was a lot of mold and rot and all kinds of stuff. What happened?
There was, yeah. We actually had to replace quite a bit of it. All the decking, the subfloor we had to replace. The decking we had to replace. What was still in good shape, we were able to salvage. We treated it with some different chemicals in order to kill the mold and prevent it from growing in the future.
Yeah,
But we cleaned it up really well, and we were actually able to salvage a good portion of it.
that's great.
So, if you also remember, these railings here that we had some big issues with them.
Yeah, they were a hazard.
It was a safety hazard, yes. And they were really concerned about it.
Yeah.
So they had some railings in the front that we were able to match. Interior iron provided a really good looking rail. They've been powder coated, so they're gonna stand up to the elements now.
They look great.
They
I like
do,
it.
yeah.
And I like the way you supported them from the top there instead of just from the bottom, because that's the way it should have been.
Exactly,
in the
yeah.
first place.
The previous rails were supported by the bottom exclusively. They had nothing into these side pillars.
Yeah, that's never going to hold.
No.
If somebody leaned against that hard, they would go over the edge, and that'd be terrible.
Exactly.
All right, so I noticed also around here, around the doors, you added in some, what do they call it? Is this tin? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a tin. So a lot of times you'll see that on soffit and fascia.
Yeah.
But what we were able to do is wrap it around these door jambs, and it provides, if you remember, we had a lot of chipping,
Yeah.
paint, and
And that's just going to happen over and over and over.
it
again.
is.
There's no way
it
to get
is.
away from it.
You can paint over it, it's going to happen again. So we wrap these door jambs in this aluminum, in this tin, and really it's become a maintenance-free solution.
Yeah.
And it looks really good.
And so what other things did you do here?
You know what, the garage, it's a great sized garage. Had some issues with some staining, that cars, oil that was leaking. So we had Quality Pro Coatings come in and put down an epoxy covering.
Yeah, that looks
And
great.
it really, really makes the garage look good. And what it does for the garage, if you have dripping oil in the future, you spill something on it, it just wipes right up.
Yeah,
You're not going to have any issues with it.
I love it. Now I noticed this big stairway that you added in here off the back deck. That's
Yeah.
great.
And one of the biggest problems to this house is it has these great big decks in the back with a beautiful view, but there's no access downstairs.
Yeah, which is terrible.
It
Because he
is.
wants to do all his barbecuing right downstairs, right? So
Exactly.
he'd have to go out his front door all the way around his back or through the house downstairs. And this way he just goes right down that. And
Exactly.
it fits in perfect with the landscape and everything.
It
You did a
does.
great
It
job with
allows
that.
them to entertain and to really use the space that they have. And so it'll work really well for them.
Well, this is great because we caught this all during the inspection. This is why it's so important to get a home inspection on the house, because you can find these issues and problems. Doesn't mean the house is ruined, right? You just got to do some repairs to it. So Ken must be happy because we got a lot of this figured in this deal, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you really do. If you get caught with some of these things, you're responsible for them.
Yeah, if you buy the house, they're your problems. right?
Exactly. So we were able to catch a lot of these things beforehand, get them repaired, and we're in good shape now. So Ken, we finished up with everything. How do you feel about the changes we've made to your decks?
The staircase is beautiful. It's better than I had ever imagined. The staircase opens up the backyard, and it allows me to have access to this. I don't know how they got along without it before. But besides that, it's just beautiful. It's nestled in there nice. It's got a nice tree on this side of it, shades it, and it's between the bushes. And the staircase is just beautiful. And I think it'll add a lot of aesthetic value to the house.
I agree. It was a great choice that you made to get that staircase in, and I hope you really enjoy it.
I'm sure I will.
So Lisa in West Jordan asks, my aunt's house just burned down because of an electrical issue. Is there something I can do to protect my family?
There's lots of new technologies that can make your home safer. One of those is a tamper-proof plug. These are basically plugs that are child-proof. This is so you don't have to install those plastic inserts to make them safe. The second technology is an arc fault breaker. This is basically a breaker that you install in your panel that senses the arcing sensation. What that does is when you have a loose connection, there's a spark. When it senses that, it shuts the breaker down and prevents a fire. The third technology is a surge protector. Most people know what those are. Those are what we put on our TVs, we put them on our computers, but what they don't know is you can put them in the panel. What that does is it makes one surge protector for the whole house. So these are 3 technologies that will make your home a lot safer.
Cindy in Draper wants to know, we're looking to buy a home and our credit isn't so hot. We have great income though and not much debt. The credit thing is really holding us back. What options are available for people like us? We are sick and tired of paying rent. That's a great question, Cindy. Let's go to our credit specialist, which is Ike, and see what he's got to say.
Hey Jay, what's going on? You know, it's funny that you say that. I hear that all the time. Think about it this way. If you have $10 million in your bank account, you're logging in every day to make sure that you still have your money. But if you're broke and you have no money at all, then you never want to check it. You never want to look at the negative balance. And kind of the same thing applies to credit scores. When people feel they have bad credit scores or low credit scores, they never want to look at it. They never want to pay attention to it. And oftentimes I see clients who think they have to have perfect credit scores to be able to get into a home. And that simply is not true. You know, lots of programs out there that pay attention to you with scores as low as 620 and 640, including FHA programs as well. So if a client comes to us and they have a 580 or 590 and they're 20, 30 points away from living the American dream, the first thing we want to do is look at their credit and make sure that everything that's on there is accurate and has earned the right to be there. And so, it's really, really important for people to be paying attention to that details, but it's just absolutely not the case that you have to have a perfect credit score to get into a home. Now, of course, those are the requirements right now, 620, but as such, those requirements can change in the future. We don't know what's going to be. Maybe the federal government lending parameters just change and they become higher, but for those that have less than perfect credit scores, this is certainly a great time to be taking a look at your credit and getting into a home. Does that help? Great. Great. Well, just call me if you have any questions. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help. It's good to talk to you, my friend. All right. We'll talk to you later.
So we're continuing our look at the Utah County Parade of Homes, and I'm here with McCord with Michael Perry Construction. Thanks very much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about what you guys created here.
So as a custom home builder, we specialize in custom homes. So the client came to us and wanted kind of a country French exterior with kind of a modern contemporary interior.
Great, yeah, they did a really nice job. Okay, so heading on into the inside here, tell me a little bit, what are your favorite parts of this home?
One of the main things that people, as they walk through, was the floor. It's actually a ceramic tile, but it is made to look like wood. So people would come in and look at the floor and ask me what type of wood it was, when in fact it's just a ceramic tile.
Wow, that's cool. And so that helps obviously the wear, I assume?
Yeah, the wear and just durability. So.
Okay, tell me a little bit how they position the house on the lot.
The lot was at a slope, so we utilized that by putting the pool at the base and then tearing up the backyard and then putting the house up on the top. So when you look out the back windows, you just see basically
the views all the way off, huh?
Alpine Valley, yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your kitchen here.
The kitchen is custom cabinets with Caesar stone countertops. We used the hidden door to lead into the pantry, which had the microwave, the extra sink as a prep area, along with the pantry. So
Yeah, now Caesar stone is becoming very popular. Explain what that is, because I don't think a lot of people understand.
Caesar stone is actually a type of quartz, which is a man-made product. It's as hard as granite and as durable as granite, but without the porousness, so you can actually keep it longer.
Yeah.
The polish.
That kind of polished look to it.
Yeah, the polished look to it and more durable.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me a little bit about the floor plan that you guys did here. It was pretty creative because you had the master bedroom on the main floor and the office upstairs, then they put pretty much everything down in the basement, right?
Yeah, so they wanted, kind of split the bedrooms up. So we did put the master on the main floor, put a washer and dryer in their closet, so that they didn't have to pack all their clothes downstairs.
So tell me a little bit about this basement, how you guys did this exposed ductwork.
Okay, so into the basement, you have a theater room and a full second kitchen, a playroom, and then the kids' bedrooms along with the laundry room.
Really interesting floor here. So this is a concrete floor, right?
It is, yeah. It's a polished concrete, so we had to take care of it throughout the construction phase. So
because you got to pour it pretty straight, right?
Right.
How do you protect it? What do you guys have to do?
Mainly just keep the subcontractors in line and make sure that they're not beating it up with their tools and stuff.
And so tell me a little bit about that Xbox room. I noticed you got like a concrete room. What is that all about?
That's actually underneath the garage floor. It's underneath the suspended slab. Yeah, it has the Xbox room in the front, and then out through the back there's a garden shed that they utilize the space underneath their garage.
Now I like how they actually moved the office up above everything, so it's almost in the loft area, right?
Yeah, it is a bonus room up in the trusses, so they utilize their space above their garage, the other garage, to put the office upstairs. And the cool thing about that office is it actually has original Marriott Center flooring. He played basketball for BYU, so
oh, really?
He got some of the original wood flooring from the Marriott Center.
Well, that's kind of cool. So really nice yard work here, pool in the backyard, of course. So very nice job on this house. So McCord, if somebody wanted to reach you and talk to you about this home, what you built, how would they contact you?
They can go to our website, which is michaeldperry.com, or they can email at mccord@michaeldperry.com.
Great. Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Oftentimes our clients come to us expecting credit restoration or credit education to be an expensive process. They're surprised to find out that it's not, and the value is certainly there in the long run.
Hi, my name is Zach Handcuff. I'm with Amsco Windows. I'm the sales manager here. Today we want to discuss just a few options that have to do with privacy glass. There are areas within your home that you want to allow light in, and then there are some that you want to make sure you're not compromising your privacy. So some of those areas that you might consider would be in your bathroom, also next to your front door. You want to make sure that you have the availability to put the kind of glass in there that keeps your home private. And it's important to realize there's a lot of different kinds of privacy glasses. In the beginning, you only had one or two options. Most everyone is somewhat familiar with obscured glass. But nowadays, there's been a nice trend that's involved a number of different kinds of privacy glass. So it's important to realize the differences between those, because you don't want to put something inside your home that you think is actually blocking out your neighbor's view, when in fact it doesn't do that. It just looks attractive from the exterior. So some of the different privacy glasses that are available within the industry are Aquatex. Aquatex is one that actually looks like water, and it's one of the least obscured textures that's available. It's more of a decorative glass. Another one is CD Remy. A CD Remy, when you look at it, almost looks like there's bubbles inside of that glass. And again, that's more on the level of being more for decorative purposes and not as much for blocking out privacy views. Delta Frost is another one that's more of a decorative, because it has kind of a frosty look to it, but it also has lines within it. Now those lines you can actually see through, and that's why it's more for decorative purposes than it is as much for privacy. Narrow Reed has vertical lines running through it, That one, you're starting to get more blockage and become more of a privacy option at that point. Cross reed is kind of a step up from the narrow reed because you have the vertical lines going through it, but then you also have a horizontal pattern. So you have that little square pattern which obscures the view from the exterior that much more. Glue chip is also available. Now glue chip is one that a lot of homeowners select because it's a lot of times decided to be one of the most pretty glasses available. It does offer some obscure qualities, but at the same time, it really stands out and is attractive to the exterior of your home. Rain glass is just that. It looks like you have rain that's settled within your glass. It's really a cool feature. Obscure glass is the most standard glass option that's out there. A lot of times when homeowners aren't given a choice on what they would like to put in those privacy sectors of the home, they default to the obscured glass. A lot of times that's what you'll see within a bathroom. It's time tested. It does block out a lot of the view, and that's why you'll see it a lot in a lot of public spaces as well. Sandblast is another option. It's actually the most private glass you can get. It's going to do the most to make sure that you're protected within your home, and yet you still have an appeal on the exterior because it stands out from standard glass and it is attractive as well. So it's important as you're making those decisions regarding what kind of glass to put in your home, remember that you do have all those different options available to you. The glass isn't so much just to look through, it is also something that you can look at.
Hi, I'm Jay Deere, host of ABC's hit TV show Real Estate Essentials. The show has made me one of Utah's top realtors. Sellers that list with me sell their homes quicker and for more amount of money by using my film crew to put their homes in front of thousands of people. And my movers, Wasatch Moving Company, move them for free. So if you're thinking about selling, give me a call and be sure to tune in to Real Estate Essentials every Sunday afternoon only on ABC for Utah. So Darren, I got a joke for you.
Okay. Is it a good one?
You'll decide.
Okay.
So the other day, two ladies are walking up the canyon and they stumble across this frog.
Uh-huh.
And the frog says, "Help, I'm a realtor that's been turned into a frog from an evil witch."
Uh-huh.
The ladies pick up the frog and the frog says, "All you have to do is kiss me to turn me back into a real estate agent." The lady with the frog immediately stuffs the frog down in her purse. The other lady says, "What are you doing? All you have to do is kiss him and turn him back into a real estate agent."
Mm-hmm.
She says, "I know, but a talking frog is worth far more than a real estate agent."
Right.
You like that one?
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Oh gosh, I thought it was better than that, but okay. How about this? What's the first thing a real estate agent does in the morning?
What's that?
Eats lunch.
Yeah.